All right, what is up and welcome back to the channel, guys. I have a brand new unboxing video for you here. And of course, if you've already read the title and seen the thumbnail, it's about a controller. With that being said, we're gonna open up the GameSir G7 Pro Zone, or Zenless Zone. Hold on, it has a crazy name to it. The Zenless Zone Zero GameSir G7 Pro. Yeah, it's quite a title. Nonetheless, we're gonna open up this box here. I have it in the studio right here. Finally, I pre-ordered this thing weeks and weeks ago, and it finally arrived. And now we're gonna do an official unboxing. We're gonna check it out, and stay tuned because in I'll give it like about a month or so, I'm gonna do a follow-up review video on it to let you guys know what my thoughts are. But I had to get it after seeing all the videos, all the reviews. I personally have a GameSir. This is here, the mobile one, the G8, I think it's called. So I use this on the iPhone, and they make amazing controllers. I've seen, nothing but great reviews. And with this one here, you have your TMR linear thumbstick. So it's basically drift stick proof and even more precise than any of the other controllers I own. So we're gonna put it up to the test. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna unbox it in this video. So you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, follow. Let me know in the comments below if you actually own a G7 Pro or any of the GameSir controller. What are your thoughts? It may be the best controller out. That's what everyone's saying. Let's check it out. All right, so here we have it. We have the Zenless Zone Zero GameSir G7 Pro. Here is basically an Xbox exclusive controller, but it also does work on PC, and that's what I'm gonna be utilizing it for. So let's open up the packaging, see what we get inside. This is a custom, well, sort of limited edition version, because they also do have other G7 Pros, but that's how the controller looks. And we're gonna open it up right now, see what we get inside. All right, so packaging did come a little bit bent in the corners here, and this is actually taped down, so let me get a blade. All right, so we got the trusty old blade, and it's funny, it matches the box color. So just gonna cut this open right here on both sides. All right, and now we should be able to take off this sleeve. It's still holding on for dear life. Okay, I'll just rip that. All right, there you go. All right, so we're taking the top cover off. It's like very good packaging here. Okay, so as you can see here, now it has turned from green to orange. Once again, the Zenless Zone Zero GameSir G7 Pro. And right there it says, great players undefeated by hollows, G7 Pro. So you can check out the packaging right here on all sides with the logos. And it looks like it's stacked into three. I like this. I like the layout of this, how they have this in order to pretty much unbox. And it makes it easier to record and to edit and to put all this together. So as you can see, first up, great player card and manual. Number one. So if we open that up, see what we have inside. It's like a little drawer. Once again, attention to detail and packaging is great. Oh, this is pretty cool. Let's see this here. So first we have this here, which I believe is the instruction manual, which I kind of don't want to really rip open and bore you guys to death with instruction manuals. But nonetheless, you will find that inside here. Let me just open up the packaging since we're doing a unboxing video. Let's make it official then, right? So as you can see here, your GameSir. It's like a little join the GameSir Discord community. And then you have here your, let's see here, I gotta scratch that off. You got a collaboration in-game item pack. Not quite sure for which one, but we're gonna scratch that off and claim it. Get a cool little sticker if you want to put it on your PC, on your laptop, or anywhere, on your notebooks, or if you even still use notebooks. And it looks like I also get Game Pass here for, I think, 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. And here we have our crazy, instruction manual. So we'll put all that back. We'll scratch off all that later on. I don't want to, once again, bore you guys here in this unboxing doing all that. But we're going to package this right back where it belongs and right back in the box. I like to keep, I'm a big fan of like keeping the boxes and packaging original, especially if they take their time to do, you know, this type of detail. And this is pretty cool. Let me just take the whole thing out because this one seems to be really in there, huh? Let me take this off. Hold on. There you go. Make things easier. And you got this pretty awesome GameSir. It says great player. This is a, like, I'm going to say you can put on your book bag, put on your keys. This is a double-sided acrylic keychain, guys. QC passed, of course. So take it out of the packaging. That's pretty awesome. Look at that, double-sided. So you have your GameSir logo, and it's acrylic. So if you look at it, there you go, zooming in. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like, once again, like I said, attention to detail and all the little cool extra stuff. We'll be utilizing this and probably putting it on either a book bag or probably even just keep it somewhere. We'll figure out where to place this. But once again, you got a double-sided acrylic keychain, I guess you could call it. Put that back and close that little drawer. It's like a little shelf. This is pretty cool. And I guess, well, no, it has its own stand and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm already messing up the right there. So you have your first drawer. I got to fix that. Second one, you have your accessories. So number 2, you're going to open up this drawer here and see what's inside. Of course, all your accessories. I'm just going to take the whole drawer out so you can see. So it does come with different thumbsticks. I'm going to go through these. These are rubber, just, you know, thumbsticks here. And then you have, they look like bottle caps almost. Different colors, different designs. They do feel, yep, very grippy. So I'm going to use those. Comes with 2 more. This one here. And this one here. I'm going to assume that's what it's for. This is what it fits. Yeah, these are all accessories. So you have your different, you have your USB dongle here, I guess, that you can utilize for wireless play. Then you have your D-pads. And look at the attention to detail again. You can see the little icons on this one here. And then this one here, the cross one as well. Let me see. Hopefully, there you go. You guys can see that. Very nice. And then you also have custom faceplates. Look at this. These are see-through acrylic. So I guess it comes with 2 different ones, 2 different styles. And the same goes for the ones on the side. Look at this. It's pretty cool with the screen print on it. Oh, look at the same thing for that side. I don't want to go too crazy, but you can take those out. And then I'm going to only assume that in here we have our cables. So let's just open this up. And yes, you get, and even the Velcro strap says Zenless Zone 0. So this is your USB, I'm gonna assume C to regular, yep. So you got, there you go. You got your USB-C, one side I guess goes, and then the other one, your regular USB-A. All right, let's put that back. So you got your accessories here. Once again, your acrylic see-through faceplate, so you could change your different thumbsticks, USB dongle, and your directional pad. So let's put that right back in its drawer. Like I said, I like the attention to detail. And then the main attraction here, right here, we have the controller in number 3. So let's open that up. And it comes in a carrying case, which I like. So let's take that out of there. Hold on. You got to kind of like open up the whole thing here. There you go. And here you go. In the pouch, you got a GameSir pouch. It's like almost like a leather texture to it. So in the back, it does, like the Xbox controllers, it does have, I think, that charging port. Yep. So you can plug in right there, and you can charge your controller while it's inside of the case. And then you have your little icon right there, or logo, or whatever you want to call it. Let's unzip this. And there you have it. Wow, that looks nice. I like the colorway of this controller here. Your Zenless GameSir G7 Pro. Check that out. And you take it out of here. And underneath, just like, once again, if you're familiar with Xbox controllers, especially the Elite, this is going to be your charging dock. So you can pretty much dock the controller on your desk, which is what I'm going to do. And just right there, like that. And then you can just charge it. Awesome. So we're going to put that right there. And it's cool that you can also leave it inside of the case. It fits perfect. You have a little zip pouch at the top for accessories. And then inside, it looks like you have more of these, you know, thumbsticks, different sizes. I like the attention to detail, even down to the orange accents on the stuff. You have your concave ones. So you have different options here to switch out your thumbsticks. And I think that's about it inside. And if you take a look, this is like velour or suede or soft. I don't know what to call this material, but it's almost like a suede, very soft to protect your controller. And then the controller itself, here you have it. I don't know if you can hear the sounds. Tactile. Does have 2 pads in the back here, 1 and 2. And you're wondering, how about if I want 4? I'm used to 4. I've had 4 on all my SCUF controllers, for example. Well, the exclusive, and what I actually think I'm gonna get used to and like more on this controller versus the SCUF, is that if you take a look at the top, there you go. You have these extra 2 bumpers, and they are very also like mouse clicks, tactile. So if you hear these, and here are the ones in the back. Seems to be very responsive. And then also, if you want to take off these, I guess, faceplates, let me see. These should be magnetic if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I don't break this, but yeah, these just pop right off like this. And you can take off these here on the sides. All right, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. Well, I gotta double check how to exactly take these off. But you can see here is exposed, and you can put the see-through clear acrylic faceplates on them to give it kind of like a see-through look, although it's already see-through look. Oh, and here, these here, this is the directional up and down. Yep. And all these things come off, so you can pop them right off like that, and you can replace it with the ones that are in that second drawer for accessory, and you can customize this, as well as your joysticks here, which I'm scared of. Like, I think you're just supposed to pull these right off, but we're gonna customize it in a second. But I just want to show you how it looks, and then you can just put this plate right back on it. I like the all black look, to be quite honest with you. And it's very comfortable in the hands, so it fits great. And especially if you don't have like massive hands or anything like that, it's very comfortable. And like I said, all the buttons are very responsive, including the back buttons here. And then it also has these switches here. It says R, I'm not quite sure where it says here. You can lock these. Oh, so you can lock it so you don't accidentally press it, or unlock them. Nice. I think that's what it's for. It has a lock, and it feels like you can't press it when you switch it into the lock mode. So I'm trying to give you a real review here. Yeah, it's basically stop you from pressing that button. So if you don't want to utilize those, and then these switches here are to change these triggers here to instant triggers. And then of course, if you switch them back, you got full travel. So playing any racing games, perfect. But I'll probably, or most likely, definitely be always utilizing them as instant triggers. All right, so there you have it. You have your GameSir G7 Pro Zone or Zenless Zone 0 controller. Very nice. Let's see if we switch the faceplates on this and the joysticks. All right, so we're gonna put this case right here to the side for a second. And actually, I'm gonna probably take out the extended ones. So some of these are shorter. I like the concave. Is the one that's already on, let's see, probably the long one already? No, it's also short, you can see here. So we wanna raise it. Let's close this back up. So it appears that the extended ones they have are these more of the round top, and you get a whole bunch in the case itself, as you can see here. These for the most part all short. I tend to like these more for like this for shooters, but we're gonna switch one of these here. So I'll take the faceplate off. And I'm gonna only assume that you pull these bad boys right out. Yep, there you go. Came right off. All right, so I just figured out, you gotta be very careful with this, because where I was confused was I see these here and I see this with this kind of like a base plate, I guess you could call it. And I'm like, why didn't these come with a base plate? These actually pop off, but at first I thought I was gonna break it. You actually have to like put a little bit of, well, now it just comes right off, you see? But typically you can change now from this base plate, you can change the thumbstick. So I want one that's, I guess for the left side, we'll change it to like a round, not raised, but a round or curved top, kind of like this. And then you just kind of just press it in there and you're good. And then as you can see here, and mind you, I was looking for videos to see how to do this, and I was like, why? I can't find any video. And then clicks right in, see? Done deal. And we're gonna raise this one too. So you see when I pull this out, the whole base plate comes out with it. When I was worried, I was like, hold on, how do I take this thing out? You have to put some force into it the first time around, I guess, because it's supposed to just pop right out, but you heard that click? There you go, came right off. Now I can switch it to a raised one here. Let me see if I can find one, another one. So this one here is a much higher one. And then if you take a close look here, just kind of push that right inside. And then now I guess it's like, since it's brand new, and then you just click that right back in. Give me a second, it's a little tough to do this, line it up when you're trying to film at the same time. Hold on. There you go. Push it right in. Now we got raised. There you go. And we're also going to replace this guy here with one of the ones that came in that little accessory drawer. And you can just pry these kind of right off. These side, everything says brand new. I feel like it's giving me a hard time to take out. But this is if you want to switch it to the see-through one, which I kind of want to do for this video. There you go. Just get a prying tool if you have some sort of nails. There you go. Take one side out. Kind of dig in there. Take the second one out. And now it's bare bone. Let me go get those faceplates. Let's get these faceplates here. These are see-through ones. We'll start with the side ones first, since those are the ones we removed. And these are all magnetic, so if you take a look here, there's magnets inside in those little grooves. And this just, there you go, snaps right in. Same thing with this side. Snaps right in. And then it's got the see-through one here in the front. I don't know if I'm gonna run the entire see-through one, but that's how it looks, just so you could see. And then let's pick one of these. I tend to like the directional ones, so this one looks pretty cool. Click that one right there. Give me 1 second. Some people like the round ones. So this is how it looks with the all see-through, and you can also mix and match. So you can put, what I might do technically is I'm gonna remove this one here, put that one back in the box, and then I'm gonna take the back one and mix and match it like that. So now it's like two-tone. It's pretty cool. There you go. So now you have the see-through on the side with the graphics. Check that out. And the black in the middle. And then of course you can take these little, let me take it completely out the box. You can use one of these, slide it right over. Oh, this might take a little bit since I have to actually try to do this with a camera in front of me. But I'm gonna like, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Yeah, I gotta sleeve this over. As you can see, it has like, give me 1 second. All right, so that sleeves right over, snug, as you can see. It looks pretty cool. Check that out. So it gives you more of a grip, like a cushiony grip. That's pretty dope. I like that. And then once again, in the box, you do have other options. So you have this gray one, this all black one, and this other orange one. This one here, it's a different design. Hold on, it's upside down. There you go. I think it was upside down. So there you have it. So once again, there you go. You have your Zone Zero. I think the color scheme here is awesome. I'm a huge fan of this right now. So we're gonna definitely be running this here. And like I said, you have your charging plate right here, or stand, or whatever you wanna call it. What's underneath here? Give me a second. There is a secret compartment here. Oh, so that's for the dongle. So you could put the receiver. So let's say this guy here. Click it right in, done deal. And then you can close this thing back right up. And this is gonna look pretty cool on the desk. So you just mount this right on, and there you go. And then you have your controller right there. It looks great. All right, let's put all this away. Let's clean up our workstation here, our gaming station, because it's quite the mess right now with everything that we opened. Let's see, close this right back up, and let's plug this controller into the PC. Let's put this right back here. Like I said, love the job that you guys did with this. Awesome.